This is the 17-inch LG Gram laptop, and it is a confusing device because it's clearly a premium device. It's got a gigantic screen, but holy crap, this thing is super duper light. Let's get honest. This laptop is powered by Intel, who's today's sponsor. The LG Gram is an Intel Evo laptop. As a matter of fact, I think it's the only 17-inch Intel Evo laptop right now. And when you see the badge that says Intel Evo, it actually means quite a bit. It means your laptop will wake up from sleep mode in less than 1 second. You're gonna get incredible battery life and blazing fast charging. Intel Evo laptops are rated to give you 9+ hours of battery life and at least 4 hours of battery life after just 30 minutes of charging. These laptops are running Intel's 11th or 12th gen processors, which are super powerful. Intel Evo laptops are built for working collaboratively with at least a 1080p video camera, high quality speakers, and a mic with background noise cancellation. You also get the fastest connectivity possible with a USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port and incredible Wi-Fi that's 3 times faster with Intel Wi-Fi 6 or 6E. You can see the Intel Evo platform requirements in the 17-inch LG Gram specs. This laptop is running the 12th gen Intel Core i5 1240p with 4 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores. It's using Intel's Iris Xe graphics. You get 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM rated at 5200 megahertz, but it is soldered on. You get 512 gigabytes of NVMe Gen 4 storage, and it is hot swappable, and there's an extra slot for even more storage. It's running the latest and greatest Intel Wi-Fi 6E, and it's got an 80 watt-hour battery. It's got a 1080p webcam at the top, and it's Windows Hello compatible, which means you can use your face to unlock Windows and other applications. Subscribe! As expected, this thing has excellent battery life. At 50% brightness running a YouTube video, this thing got about 10 hours of battery. Now, when I took it out and about and I was scripting and browsing the web, I was losing about 12% battery every 1.5 hours, which is just insane. The chassis on this laptop is made out of a very high quality plastic. I've experienced zero flex whatsoever, both on the screen and on the keyboard itself. And while typing, I don't experience any shaking. And the material used on the outside and on the keyboard area is actually really good at resisting fingerprints. Under the laptop, you've got 2 rubber feet in the front and 2 long rubber pads in the back, offering excellent surface grip. And then you've got long perforated holes along the bottom. That's gonna be where your fans intake air. You gotta make sure you don't cover those up, let's say like on a blanket or something, because this is running really powerful hardware, and if you do that, it's gonna suffocate the laptop. One fun little test that I like to do with laptops is to see if it passes the 1-finger open test, and sure enough, this laptop passes. The LG Gram is incredibly compact despite being a 17-inch laptop. It's 0.7 inches thick, 14.9 inches long, and 10.2 inches deep. This is me trying to shove it into a 15-inch laptop slot on my backpack. It doesn't quite fit, but it gets pretty darn close. As I mentioned in the beginning, this thing is freakishly light, weighing just 2.9 pounds. It is ridiculous for how big it is. The port selection is near perfect on this laptop. On the left side, you're getting HDMI 2.0, 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, both of which can be used for charging, which is a thumbs up in my book, and a headphone jack. On the right side, you're getting 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports, a micro SD card reader, and a cable lock. I have 2 small complaints about the ports. I wish one of those USB-C ports was on the right side. That way you could choose whether you're gonna charge it on the right or left side, depending on how you're sitting in a cafe or something. And I wish the micro SD card reader was a full-sized SD card reader, because it's a powerful processor and I need one to do things like what I do, which is like create YouTube thumbnails and create shorts while on the go. The display on this laptop is huge with really small bezels, and it's got a 16:10 resolution, which I absolutely love. It's 2560 by 1600, so you get a ton of real estate. It's got excellent color accuracy and pretty good brightness, running at about 350 nits. Keep in mind that this is not a gaming laptop. There's no dedicated graphics card in here, but it would have been nice to see a little bit of a faster refresh rate screen. Unfortunately, this screen is running 60 Hz. I think the LG Gram's keyboard design is near perfect. Now, okay, I'm not shilling out. I'm being 100% honest. I've tried a lot of different keyboard layouts on laptops, and there is always an adjustment period. Some keys are just too small. Some keys have been shrunken and put in a weird position, and I always find that there is an adjustment period. But on the LG Gram, I was typing and I made next to no mistakes. Like, there was almost no adjustment period. Case in point, there are 2 things I want to point out here. Take a look at the bottom left at the function, the home, and the alt keys. A lot of keyboards will shrink all 3 keys, but in this keyboard, they opted to just shrink the function and the home button, keys that are used a little less often, and kept the full-size Alt key. This means that when I go to Alt-Tab to transition between windows, I am never missing that Alt key. On plenty of laptops, I've always hit the wrong key because of this, so I really appreciate that move from LG. Case in point number 2, take a look at the numpad. I love how they separated it from the rest of the freaking keyboard. Now, whenever I type on a laptop that has a numpad, they always put it next to the main keyboard so that every time I try to hit backspace, I'm always hitting numlock so that when I go to use the number pad, it's disabled. It's so ridiculous. Plus, I love how the arrow keys, they sometimes will shrink the 0 on the number pad so that the right arrow will fit in that position. I don't know why they do this, but every time I hit my numbers, if the 0 is a square, I always end up missing it because I'm usually hitting the left side of that 0. So I love the way that they designed this thing. It is, again, near perfect. The only con that I have about the keyboard is that it requires a little extra force to push down each key, and it slows down typing just a bit. But again, the position of the keys makes it so that I'm not making mistakes even while I'm slamming down on the keys. The trackpad is just okay. It's really big, but I found that while I was moving around, there were some misreads, and I noticed that there's a QC issue where the left side has a bigger gap than on the right, but I'm using an external mouse, like a regular Bluetooth mouse, 99% of the time, so it hasn't been that big of an issue. We'll do a speaker test in 3, 2, 1. And here's what the webcam looks like along with the mic test. This is what the 1080p camera looks like and what the microphone sounds like. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on some music from a Google Home Mini, which is about 7 feet away. I'm gonna turn it fairly loud so that we can see how well the background noise cancellation is working. So the music is on and it's pretty darn loud. Again, it's 7 feet away from me. The volume is about 50%, so it's blaring right now. I'm gonna stop talking to see whether or not the mic actually picks up the music. In terms of real-world performance, I noticed that you get more performance when it's plugged in versus when it's taken out. But again, in real-world performance, I took this thing, I went upstairs to my bedroom, I left it unplugged while laying in bed because I just got ACL surgery, and I started taking a raw photo, I edited in Lightroom, I brought it into Photoshop, and I completed a thumbnail with 0 issues whatsoever. I didn't notice any lag, didn't notice any kind of hiccups or freezing, so it's excellent for those kinds of things. If you're gonna leave it unplugged and try to do video editing, you might run into some hiccups, but again, this thing wasn't meant to be this ultra powerful do everything laptop. It's meant to be a productivity machine. So if you're on the go, working at a company, you got video phone calls, you've got light photo editing like I'm doing, it's gonna crush all of that stuff. I am personally a huge fan of this laptop, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Again, thanks to Intel for sponsoring this video. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, and as always, stay honest.